Okay, so this is going to be a 12 house reading for Gemini for the month of July. And Gemini, let's pull the cards for each house and then see what's going on. That's your overall theme for the month. Your first house, we have the Tower. Second house, the Seven of Pentacles. Your third house is the Page of Swords. Your fourth house is the Two of Cups. Your fifth house is the Ten of Wands. Your sixth house is the Temperance card. Your seventh house is the Six of Swords. Your eighth house is the Eight of Cups. Your ninth house is the Nine of Cups. Your 10th house is the Three of Pentacles. Your 11th house is the King of Cups. And your 12th house is the Moon card. And this is unknown. Okay. So Gemini, for the month of July, you're coming into it with this Tower energy. So there was something that has recently changed. There was something that has recently changed. And it is related to the Eight of Pentacles. So it's related to your coins. It's related to how you were sustaining yourself. It doesn't seem like it seems like it was by choice because of this bolt of lightning. It was coming from you, so you created some sort of change related to how it was that you nourished yourself. That's how people are seeing you as well. There's some big change. But, this is behind you, so this is really inside of you as well. So your second house is representing your physical world and everything that exists here. It looks like this is related to love in some way. It's like you're kind of sitting and thinking about something. You're like stewing on something. Maybe you are at a loss for words with someone that you're with, or maybe this is even your partner. It looks like they're like really focused on work, and you could just be also focused on work. It seems like you both are, and you're not really engaging, and for some reason this is related to your second house. So you're kind of just keeping your head down and you're just focusing on whatever it is that happened after this Tower. And this seems like very internal, like it's your emotional world. Like this is has a moon energy. So if Gemini is your moon, this reading is definitely for you. But this is not, you're not revealing what I'm talking about to people, okay? So in your third house, you're wanting to talk about these ideas that you have, and you're feeling pretty inspired, you're feeling pretty creative, and I'm seeing you just like walking a lot, like you're sweating, like you're walking enough to sweat, and then you say, okay, I've done what I needed to do for the day. So yeah, you want to bring in some idea, and you're hopeful when you talk about it. You're hopeful that there's some way that this can manifest. And in your fourth house is related to your home. So it looks like you're living with someone that you love, or you're at ease in your fourth house. Your home is a comfortable place to be this month, the month of July. It is no longer, for a while you were in a place that felt like you were defeated, like you kind of, you couldn't pick yourself up, let's say it that way. Maybe you were sick, or maybe just something was going on, but you couldn't really pick yourself up. And now you're feeling more enriched for whatever it is that you're doing that is giving you this richness in your spiritual life, and it doesn't seem like you've had that for a while. And you can look back at your overall theme here, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So you're really in your power in your fourth house. Your fifth house represents creation, kids, something. Maybe you had an argument with one of your kids. Or maybe they said something to you that was hurtful, or you're like, okay, so whatever it is that happened, this is basically telling you, okay, it's kind of see how it's both dark in the background and then there's light, like there's light coming through again, and this is showing that the sun is coming through. So you're thinking that someone might be mad at you, like maybe one of your kids is mad at you, but that's going to be revealed that that is not the case, and something's going to happen where you feel like the sun energy, essentially, with anything that has to do with that house or creatively. And this can also be related to what just was happening in the fourth house, which is, and in the first house, it's really showing that like you're coming from this darkness into like a light. You're coming from the darkness into the light. And what's interesting is in each of these cards, you see both the dark and the light, right? So this is showing a very natural transition. Your sixth house is just confirming that like whatever you're doing is working and you should keep doing it. So health-wise, whatever it is that you're doing, you should keep doing it. You're in a nice flow. You're eating the right things, you're drinking the right things, you feel good, like you're not too stressed, you have a nice balance happening. And you know, it's almost like this is also a representative of balance. So you've been really working hard to bring this balance in, and you've been patient about it. And so continue to be patient with yourself in your sixth house. Continue to be patient with your body, and recognize that your mind in your second house is related to your body, and your spirit in your ninth house is related to your body and your mind, right? So your seventh house is showing that you're moving away from something. So maybe you're moving away from older partnerships, or you're moving away from older co-workers or older ways of thinking. You're on like this new journey, like you're on a journey. You're going towards something that's unknown in your house of partnerships. And what is it that you're going towards? You're going towards the Ten of Cups with introspection underneath. So yeah, you're just going to be trying to imagine, well, you're headed towards the Ten of Cups, and you see this like aurora borealis behind the cups, and it's a rainbow. So the introspection, you've been working on this, and you've been trying to figure out what it is that you want in partnerships, and it looks like this is related to friendships, and it seems like fairly positive. So that's a really strong house this month. Your partnerships are, that seems to be one of the highlighted houses for you. In your 8th house, you're kind of like, you're walking away from something, but it's not a bad thing. I think that you're just not focused on this house so much this month. Like, you may not, because you're focused so much on these partnerships and this home life and your body. Like, you're not really focused too much on like tending to the 8th house. You're kind of walking away from it because you have this Ace of Pentacles. So because you're mostly engaged in like stabilizing yourself in the physical world. But if you can see this here, this pentagram, like this pentagram is like a pretty powerful symbol and is also a symbol of protection, and really the true root of it is not evil, even though there's a lot of negative connotation to this. This really only represents the elements that exist, and you already have this. You've harnessed that. So it's like you're walking towards it, and you're walking out of this darkness is really what it's looking like, because you're in red, and at least for this specific reading, you're powerful in this red, and the red is actually showing up in this pentacle as well. So, you know, that's a really not a bad thing. That's a positive situation there. So in your 9th house, you seem really comfortable and really stable, and you have the 9 of Cups. So you know who you are, you know what it is that you believe in, and you're at the point in your life where you don't really need to like seek out as much information. Like, you're not really looking for like theories. Like, you're comfortable with what you believe in. And can you give us a little bit more about this? And they say you're just this is a gift of yours. Your 9th house, you're really gifted in this house. So I think this is something that you've been born with. It seems like people come to you, they see you as this strong person who's capable of like speaking about these ideas, and you're so, see, he's sitting so comfortably, and he's protected by this here, and he's protected by the animals and the butterflies here, and he's in all white. So this is very natural for you, and it really is your 9th house for whoever is reading this or listening to this. Your 9th house is your house that you should always come to when you feel like you're not enough. So maybe if you look to understand what your 9th house is, just reflect on the strength that you've been given in life and learn about what rulership you have, and you know what planets, and like how to activate those planets. Learn about all of those methods so that you can continue to use this, because that's what actually your 6th, 7th, is that your 6th? No, your 7th, your 8th, and your 9th house are all very strong. So those are probably really strong in your chart too. In your 10th house, you're working towards something, you're building something new. And again, we have this King of Cups that's looking, and your friends or whoever it is who loves you is watching you build this, whatever it is. And what do they want to say to you? This is your partner here, and your partner, he's showing up in your 11th house, or she, and they're seeing, they're just a really powerful and loving person, but they're watching you kind of in this new power that they haven't seen you in before in your career. Like they're starting to appreciate you for who you are more. They're seeing a part of you that they didn't know existed. They're seeing that Spirit of Swords. So they're starting to understand how your spiritual graces, how your the watery parts of you are used to build and in your career. So they didn't understand how that worked before. And see, again, this is the moon. There's a strong moon, a lot of emotionality. So this is a lot about the way that people are understanding your true nature. And what is his cup filled with here in your 11th house? The Four of Cups. Okay, so his cup is filled with stability, and he recognizes that you're trying to build that. That is you to him. And then your 12th house, you're in tune with your 12th house, you're aware of your 12th house. I think regarding what? Okay, you're having an awakening in your 12th house. So you're coming into a new birth, essentially. You're being reborn. This is probably a really big transit happening right now in your life. See, she has angel wings, and I was getting like this scent of like magnolia. So this is your theme for the month, is you just really feeling really rich and satisfied. You're feeling really satisfied this month. Let's have a couple of, and your key words are courage and solutions. 8 of Feathers and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so you have a double 8 theme. This is where you were, this is where you are now. You have a double 8 theme, and it's telling you courage and solutions. So you have been able to move past this tower, and you have the sun in your 5th house, so you're gonna have a lot of fulfillment there. This is a pretty positive reading overall. See how that tower became something that turned into an awakening? It turned into an awakening, and the tourmaline is probably helpful to have with you while you're trying to create these new partnerships or whatever it is, but it's going to help it's going to help you keep at bay whatever was related to this tower. And you should usually pair tourmaline with selenite just to balance the two, because this is a cleanser, and it is a positive, has a very strong positive balance to the negativity. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you, Gemini.